Thank you, sir. Thank you
Yep.
very much. Good evening, one and all. My topic for today would be critical analysis on online classes. Now, before that, my appreciation to Team Utsahan for creating a platform for teachers and educators to share their views and help knowledge flow. And at this juncture, we also need to thank the technology for connecting us from our comfort of our homes or workplaces across the globe. In the recent times, we have witnessed unprecedented growth of a virus, which led to a pandemic and got the world to a standstill. Overcoming this pandemic is the greatest challenge thrown to us. Suddenly, education has taken a backseat and survival became forefront. This made each one of us to reinvent new avenues and modes to reach to our students so that they don't miss on their schooling. Kudos again to the technology. We developed new softwares, created modules, and started with online classes so that the students do not lose the current academic year and focus on their dreams and aspirations. This led to schools sharing our homes, our bedrooms, and us also. None of us, let me tell you, none of us, even in our wildest dreams, would have ever thought that there would be a day when we would compel our kids to get glued to computer or smartphone for their daily dose of schooling. We, as parents and teachers, who used to admonish us once for using smartphones, are now obliged to give access. Well, this had led to a lot of pros and cons. Let me put forth what the cons were. Technology, especially the internet, allows students to look beyond their classrooms. This means that they no longer see the teacher as the sole source of information. Students are learning to be highly critical of the information they consume. They even analyze, fact check, and challenge the information the classroom teacher provides. In addition to becoming better consumers of information, students are now able to use technologies to become the producers and editors of information as well. But what information they are consuming is the most important question we need to answer. Online learning reduces the personal interaction, bonding, mentoring between the students and teachers, and this increases the communication gap between them. Engaging in back and forth talk time is critical for language, subjective, and overall development. Research has shown that the back and forth conversation improves linguistic skills to a larger extent, much more than passive learning or the one module what we are following, which is the one-way interaction with a screen. Now, apart from that, it's not just the student's perspective. Teachers also need the right tools and support to teach online. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, many had to reframe their classes entirely, and many are struggling under increased workloads while learning new technologies and new techniques. It's important to realize that learning online is not as simple as uploading and delivering the content, but rather form an active engagement students have with that content. In online classes, the adoption rate is around 50 to 60%, whereas in the classroom, the adoption rate is around 80 to 90%. And that's one thing which we are missing. The e-learning in education tend to make students undergo contemplation, remoteness, and lack of interaction. Computers can provide students with access to inappropriate content or information if not properly security measures are put in place. Now, students without reliable, fast internet or suitable devices for schoolwork are left out. This has led to a lot of discrimination among the students. Now, as I think my time's up, so I'd like to conclude by reminding you of a phrase. Good
Please.
and bad are two sides of the same coin. This applies to technology too. My question over here is the coin flipping? Are we becoming slaves of technology? Is what I'd like each one of us to ponder, to think, to analyze, and probably come up with solutions where we do not come, technology doesn't come in between or hamper the growth of a child.